I'm super early for a job interview, so I decide to waste some time in a nearby retail store. I'm in the electronics section playing one of those video game displays. In this place, the employees wear very distinct outfits. I'm wearing a black suit with a blue and black tie, and a blue dress shirt. A customer walks up to me holding a pair of headphones. "Excuse me. Can you tell me the price of these?" I ignore the customer, thinking that he's talking to somebody else. "Excuse me, can you tell me the price of these?" "What makes you think I work here?" "Because you look like you work here." I see two white women walking by, wearing the company's uniform, and I point at them. "Why don't you go ask them for help? They work here." "They don't work here. They look too well off to be working here. Only black people would work here. This job is perfect for them. Now help me, dang it." Me being black, the two employees come over and intervene before I lose my cool. I decide just to leave the store. Customer is still shouting at me. "You work here, I know it." I'm chatting with my friend at a grocery store, completely minding my own business. Another customer approaches us.
"Can you help me find this item?"
I don't know where to find it.
"It's pretty much like this, but a different shape and brand."
This customer's holding up another item, and continues to talk for a while. I'm trying to interrupt her, but she's giving me the exact same specs and some more. "I'm sorry, but I don't work here. Unfortunately, I have no idea where to find it." She looks at me with a puzzled look on her face. At this point, I realize that my shirt is red, and not completely unlike the uniforms that the shop assistants are required to wear.
"Are you sure? You look like you work here."
"Yeah, I'm quite certain. Please read the back of my shirt." The store wouldn't probably accept this message, would they? My shirt is from a local rap artist, with a slogan that translates to, "Steal from your boss." I'm a regular at a particular local major bookstore chain, and I know where most of the books are. I usually get something at the cafe and a few books, and make a habit of reshelving everything myself once I'm done. As I'm reshelving the books one evening, a man approaches me. "I want you to find a book for my wife."
"I just need new tricks and tips on Sudoku."
"Oh, I love Sudoku." "Well, it looks like you're in the right section. Did you not spot anything you like?" "Can't you just look up what she needs for her?" I smile and remain generally pleasant, mainly because I think this is funny every time it happens. I don't actually work here, but if you have the title, sir, just go to the service counter right there. They can find it for you. "I just want a book for my wife to look at right now. Why can't you just go get it for us?" "Well, these are books of more puzzles. I don't actually work here, sir, but if you're having a hard time finding a suitable book, you can also Google up keywords like Sudoku tips or solving Sudoku." "Yeah, but do you have it in a book?" "Sir, if you would go to the service counter and ask, I'm sure they can help you." Why can't you find it?" "Sir, I don't work here. If you go to the counter, an employee can help you look up something in their computer." "You're not going to help us find this book?" I wouldn't be sure where to start, but an employee had been walking toward us at the last part of our conversation, finally comes up next to me.
"I can take over."
"Can take over from here. Thanks. Bye." I'm browsing the yarn section of a well-known big box retailer, and there's another customer, a middle-aged man, slowly making his way down the aisle. He stands next to me and clears his throat. I take 2 steps to the right.
"Sorry, am I in the way, hon? I don't know what colors I want."
Well, that's not my problem, is it? Where's the iron-on patches?" I gesture to the other aisle.
"On the aisle over there, with the sewing notions."
I meant for you to show me exactly where to find them." At this point, I remember I'm wearing a jacket for my job, which is the same color of the shirts and jackets for the store's employees.
"Oh."
I point at the store's logo on the front of my jacket.
"I don't work here. I work at a convenience store in the other town. Only know where they are because I sew. I don't use those though. I'd rather sew patches. There are some sew-on patches over there too."
"Don't lie to me, and don't try to change the subject. Your jacket is the same color as the other employees' jackets."
"Honey, I work for the convenience store, not this retailer."
And I point to the logo again.
"See? Completely different logo."
Don't honey me, you brat. If you were my kid, I'd tan your hide. The trouble with you kids these days is that you don't respect your elders.
First off, I am not a child. I'm 24 years old, which means I am a grown woman. Second, I've already told you that I don't work here, and I showed you proof of that fact. Third, the danged patches you're looking for is in one aisle over, next to the other sewing notions. And they're right in plain sight. If you can't find them, that's your problem, not mine. The customer storms off muttering about disrespectful employees. When I go to check out later, I find myself at the end of a line in the same lane as him, and I notice that he has the iron-on patches. I loudly exclaim, "Glad to have been of service, sir." The customer to the cashier, "I'd like to know who to speak to report her. She was very rude to me earlier." The cashier chuckles. "Sir, she doesn't work here. She works at the convenience store. I see her there all the time when I'm passing through."
"You're just covering for her. I'm going to take this to corporate."
"You have a good day, sir."
And he storms off with his bags. I hope he had fun wasting his time with that. Ooh, this is a twist, which is an "I work here, sir." Let's go. It was Valentine's Day, and I work at one or more popular restaurants in the city. When I arrive to start my shift, there's a long line of couples coming out of the doors, and I'm clearly in my work uniform, and I approach the door to start my shift. The first customer in line throws his hands in front of me to block me from the door.
Whoa, man! Can you not see there's a line?
"Excuse me? No, sir, I work here."
Yeah, nice try. Back of the line.
"Sir, I clearly work here. As you can see on my uniform and the name tag. If you don't mind, my shift starts in a few minutes, and I'd rather not be late." Then the customer's girlfriend speaks up. "Look, buddy, we've been waiting here for 30 minutes. No silly costume is gonna get you ahead of us."
Yeah, my girl deserves the best, so don't think you're gonna take it away from her on Valentine's Day. So why don't you go to the back of the line and wait like the rest of us before I you up?
"Look, sir, I don't understand why you don't believe me, but I really do work here. I'm meant to be inside right now. Please let me go to work." The customer behind him decides to chime in. "Look, mate, he's made it quite clear that he works here. Why don't you just let him through?" Now, the first customer is clearly a few inches taller and more muscular than the second customer.
Excuse me? Do you really want to get involved?
"Oh, no," he said to me. "Sorry, mate, I tried." At this point, I am already a good few minutes late, and my phone starts to ring. "Hello?" And my manager is on the other line.
Hey, where the heck are you? One of the busiest nights of the year, and you choose to be late now?
"I'm right outside. I've been here for 10 minutes, but this customer won't let me through because he doesn't believe I work here."
What? Hang on.
My manager hangs up and comes outside to find me barricaded by the customers. He looks at me, then he points at customer number 1 and his girlfriend.
Is this them?
"Yep."
Do you want to explain why you've made my best worker late?
What? He doesn't actually work here, does he?
I don't want to deal with this tonight. Take your girlfriend and leave. There is no chance of you getting a table after this. Hey, you, come inside and I'll check the tapes later, so I don't have to mark you late.
Customer number 1 and his girlfriend were banned from the restaurant. Even better, customer number 2 ended up giving me a huge tip. My roommate and I are doing some shopping at a popular supermarket chain. The employees wear a red shirt and a white name tag. My roommate works at a day spa and hasn't changed out of her uniform yet, but she's wearing a black dress with a bronze name tag. As we're heading to check out, an elderly woman grabs my friend's arm. "Can you tell me where the house robes are?" "I'm sorry, I don't work here. I'm sorry, I don't know." This woman is still holding my friend's arm, so my friend gently pulls herself loose. "Excuse me, I asked you a question." "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I really don't know where they are. I don't work here." At this point, a store employee has noticed us and approaches. "Can I help you, ladies?" "This lady won't help me find the house robes. She isn't doing her job. I've asked her a simple question, and she's ignoring me to hang out with this little friend instead. I want to speak to a manager."
Ma'am, I don't believe she works here.
"She doesn't." "Well, then why is she wearing a name tag?" "I work at the day spa down the street, and I haven't had time to change out of my uniform yet." "Oh, how was I supposed to know that?"
She's being very rude, and I'm getting fed up with it. because her uniform looks absolutely nothing like his.
Excuse me? I won't be talked to like that. Ma'am, I apologize for the misunderstanding. If you'll come with me, I'll show you the... No! I want to see the manager! I want both of these girls fired!
Neither of us work here.
My store is right beside a dollar store, so we tend to pop in and buy snacks and drinks on our downtime. Our shirts are pale blue, and we wear tan aprons over them, while the dollar store workers wear black shirts and yellow name tags, so it'd be very hard to confuse our workers with theirs. It's been a strenuous day, so I offer to get everyone sodas and rush next door. My arms are full by the time I get to the register. An old lady grabs my arm hard and jerks me.
Girl, I need you to help me. You see that box of ornaments?
Spilling the bottles of soda on my feet and pants.
Oh, ma'am, don't do that. That's painful. I'm on break from next door. I can't help you.
You can have your break later. You need to get me a box of Christmas decorations off the top shelf. Hurry your butt up. I'm late enough as it is.
I point at my shirt.
I don't work here, ma'am. I work next door. I can't help you out, even if I wanted to.
Don't you sass me. I said for you to do your job and get that box of decorations. Are all you kids nowadays lazy? Hurry up before I call your manager here.
I do not work here. She smacks me hard on the arm.
Did I ask you to say something? I said you to give me the box right now, before I get the manager over here. Doing your job does not require talking.
Listen, lady, I don't work here. You just made me drop 7 bottles of soda on my feet, which are already aching from helping idiots like you, who don't have any decency to even listen when they're being told something. I don't work here. If you want some help, get an employee here and leave me alone.
She swats me harder.
As soon as I find a manager, you're gonna be out of a job.
She goes off ranting while I'm picking up sodas. A couple of them have popped open. A few minutes later, a manager approaches me. Apparently I was supposed to fire you. How about this instead? You and the folks next door get a free round of sodas on us. And a hearty apology that my employee at the register didn't set her straight. We told her that we're not gonna serve her if she's striking the customers.
Works for me. I hope she comes next door, so I can refuse her any service there too.
I work at a department store, but I'm not an employee, so I can't handle their furniture or answer any questions about them either. To help customers realize this, I tend to wear colored clothes. As the whole store staff, they can only wear black. I'm currently cleaning a selection of finishes, and a customer beckons me over.
Thank God we found someone. Now, we want something that is full wood, nothing veneered, and nothing of this chipboard rubbish. Do you have any?
My company doesn't do full wood pieces, only veneers. If you find any women or gents in black, they're in charge of stock. They'll be able to help you out. I'm just a representative from a different company, so I don't know their stock.
No!
She starts to slow her speech down.
Do you have any full wood pieces?
Like I said, I don't, but if you find one of the ladies or gents in black, they may have some. She slows down to a pace that you would use to teach babies new words.
Do you have any full wood pieces?
No, as I said, my company doesn't, but they may have some.
You don't really understand what I'm saying, and you sound foreign.
I start speaking in German. Even though I was raised in England, I'm actually from Germany, and I know it pretty fluently. So I start speaking in German. After that I said, I assure you I do understand, but I can't say that the feeling is mutual. With that, the customer stormed off, and I saw her repeating the whole thing again, in the same way to one of the host store people. I work at a sports shop, and I've gone straight to the electronics store with my dad to help him find some cables he needs. My uniform's very distinct. We have a bright red polo and the shop's name in big letters on my back with navy joggers, so we look very sporty. The uniform in the electronics shop is a black dress shirt and dress trousers, so they look very professional. Now I'm facing the wall with my back to everyone with the name of the sports shop on the back. I'm quite irritable due to having a bad shift and no sleep, and it must be noted that I'm weird with people touching me. It really depends on how much I know you. Now strangers, they often get shouted at or get hurt. And my dad rarely intervenes because he knows I can handle myself. But he will do something if he sees it's getting out of control. We're both big swearers.
Dad, pass me that.
Excuse me, can you help me? I ignore them because I don't think they're talking to me.
Passes that one. I can't see it from here.
The customer taps me on the shoulder. Excuse me. Clearly irritated by being touched.
What? I don't work here.
I want a TV.
Good for you.
I turn back around to help my dad, but the customer grabs my shoulder, so I push away from him a little.
What the are you playing at? Touch me again and...
I want a TV. It's your job to get it for me. I want to speak to your manager.
Well, go into town and talk to her then.
Go get her for me. Listen, mate, she doesn't work here. She's helping me because she's my effing daughter. Don't talk to her like that. I'm a paying customer. I demand to speak to your manager.
Then go into town and speak to her. I don't work here. She doesn't work here. And nobody I work with works here. Because I work at a different shop. Leave me alone before I call the police for harassment and assault.
Fine. I'll find the manager. We didn't see him again. 3 minutes later, my back is still facing the shop. Excuse me, miss.
Not again.
And I turn around. Oh, you don't work here. I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank...
I work for a company that does auditing for multiple stores around the city. Our current assignment is to make an inventory of a large store. The employees of the store all have bright blue vests, while the auditors all have dark red shirts, with the auditing company's name on them. A middle-aged man walks up to me while I'm scanning items in the toy aisle.
Hey, can you help me find the plumbing products? I can't seem to find them.
I'm sorry, I don't work here.
What? Of course you do. You're working right now.
Excuse me, I meant to say that I'm not an employee of the store. I'm just doing inventory, so I'm not familiar with this particular location.
It's only gonna take you a few minutes, so come on now.
At this point, he's about to grab my arm when I move away. I then notice a couple of store employees who have been watching the whole thing with great amusement. One of them comes up to us.
Hello, sir. Can I help you with anything? This guy refuses to help me. Oh, I'm sorry, but he doesn't work for the store. He's just here to do inventory. What? How do you tell who works here and who doesn't?
The employee gestures at her blue vest and then at the red shirt multiple times, hoping that the customer would catch on.
So, who's gonna help me?
We all had a mental facepalm, and the employee decided to go ahead and help the customer. Thank you very much for joining me for this edition of I Don't Work Here Lady. I didn't get these stories from Reddit. I got them from a website that's listed down below. They got a lot of awesome stories. I also get facepalm stories from them. It's an incredible site. So if you like to read and you want to find some really good stories, go and check them out. And a very special thanks to my patrons. Thank you to all of you. If you want to come and support the channel for just $1 a month, you can get advanced audio broadcasts that you can download and listen to wherever you want. It also helps me support the channel. I'm wanting to start doing this a lot more, probably on a full-time basis, since I'm going to be freed up in the future. Plus, I don't want my wife to have to work any more than she already has to. Plus, she can do a lot more voiceovers and we can make the content a lot better. So if we can get some stability and some people to help support the channel even more, that would be awesome. But if you're just here to listen, that's perfectly cool. I love having you here. Just keep commenting and enjoy. But I'm going to be doing as much as I possibly can. A lot more than I used to. Hopefully 3 or 4 times a week, if not more. And I really hope to keep this going. So thank you all. I'm glad you're here to enjoy this with me. And remember, have fun with your failures, or they'll have fun with you.